There was this one time in high school where I felt pretty fucking smart about myself. You see, we were learning about the allegory of the cave, and I just got done watching The Matrix, and I was like, oh my god, they're the same thing. I don't even think the Wachowski brothers knew what they were stumbling upon then. It's not like they had just got done carefully crafting the greatest movie of my generation. No, it was me who thought of that idea first. I'm the only one that made that connection. What took me seconds to realize had never even occurred to them. Okay, so maybe it was on the bus ride home when it clicked, but that's not the point! Anyway, when we find out the Matrix is just an illusion, it's simple enough to make the connection between the two stories. Let's just keep going with this premise that I'm fucking smart, so that I can condescendingly explain some Plato to you people. Yes. Imagine, if you will, a few men chained in a cave who can only look at a back wall. They have lived their entire lives that way, and all they see are shadows of the objects, people, and animals passing in front of a fire behind them.
Stop with the stupid voice!
To these men, these shadows are their world. They're literally all the men have ever known. These men discuss the shadows at great length. I mean, what else are they going to be talking about? And they think pretty highly about themselves and their knowledge about these shadows. One day, one of the men escapes and finds his way out of the cave. Eventually, his eyes adjust to the light. He sees the real world for the first time, and he realizes he and his friends had no fucking idea what they were talking about. He learns all he can about the world outside of the cave, and in his excitement, he goes back to tell the others. But when he tries to explain what those shadows actually are, and what the sun is, and what a plant is, what colors are, he is met with mockery, anger, and eventually hostility. They wanted to kill the guy for telling them that they were wrong. First of all, are we seeing the connections here? Second, does this not sound like the world we live in? I mean, Jesus Christ! Not you. I'll get to you later. But look at the world around you and see how hostile people get when their small minds are challenged.
I invited her here as a demonstration of utter madness. Thank you.
One day, I'll make a video about free speech and talk more about how outrageous the regressive left is. But it is not this day! Right now, I just want to bring it back to a more personal issue. Imagine one day you've managed to take the red pill through hundreds of hours of studying, and even after hundreds of hours and long nights defending your blue pill world. The irony is, when your blue pill world is a farce, the deeper you dive into it, the more cracks you see at the bottom. It shouldn't be that way if something was true. In fact, it can't be that way. Anyway, now imagine you've realized everything you've known and believed your whole life turned out to be a gigantic lie. That those other people pontificating about the shadows on the wall had absolutely no idea what they were really talking about. Would you not want to rush back down into that cave and tell your friends? To tell your loved ones? Of course you would. You probably caught it in the title, but by now you should know that I'm talking about my deconversion from the church. I know I'm jumping all over the place here, but bear with me, it'll all make sense by the end. Now, I'm not trying to paint myself as the Keanu Reeves figure in this situation, and that's certainly not my point. Let's make that clear. What really sets me off is the idea that it's bad to want to come back into the cave, or take that red pill. There's this faith-promoting saying in the church that's been going around that goes something like, people can leave the church, but they can never leave it alone. As if this is something that proves how true the church is. Hell, I believed it. I said it all the time to the people who left the church and challenged me on my beliefs. But again, who among you wouldn't if you found out that the church you have invested so much time and tens of thousands of dollars in was a lie? When you were a kid and found out that Santa isn't real, did you not want to go and tell all your little friends about it? I mean, my parents had a little chat with me and said that some kids still don't know, so I shouldn't tell everybody? But oh my god, I wanted to scream it from the rooftops. Of course you aren't going to leave the church alone. How about the ex-Muslims like Ayaan Hirsi Ali, who constantly are trying to disabuse Muslims of their Islamic beliefs? Is that a sign that Islam is true too? How about the former Scientologist Leah Remini and her crusade against Scientologists?
The hot wife on King of Queens?
Meh, she's alright. Is Scientology true as well? If we go by your logic, yes, they all must be. Why else can't they just leave their old belief systems alone if the devil isn't compelling them to deter the faithful? Plato understood, and the Matrix illustrated, that this is a natural reaction, especially by someone escaping an organization that demands so much of them and infiltrates every aspect of their lives. Don't get me wrong, I don't have a problem with devoting my life to something. I just have a problem devoting my life to a lie. This isn't unique to Mormonism, nor is it a special case because unlike Islam and Scientology, Mormonism is true. If that's what you think, please take a look around and notice how small your cave is. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I know this one was heavy, but I really appreciate it. Also, thanks for the 1,000,000 subscribers. I'm not quite there yet as of making this video, but I'm sure I will be by the time I publish it. So thank you.